Ah. So settling down into the practice of the heart-brain coherence. Now, we've done this over and over. We've been practicing and studying this for 3 years. Those of you who have been here for 3 years. And the practice is to find the heart and the heart space. Now, you have to consider how the heart and the lungs and the circulatory system and the nervous system and the neurites of the heart and the neurites of the brain connect. And you can think of your whole upper body, and then think of the lower body as you can breathe into the belly. So this belly breathing is really important too, to extend the belly as you inhale and touch the heart with gratitude and the brain. So you're working with that breathe gratitude through the heart. I just learned something new the other day from Greg Braden. And if you don't know his name, I'll try to remember to put it in the next email. But that at the tips of the DNA are these things called telomeres. And I've been sort of studying these telomeres for a while. They're a protective cap that erodes with stress and age. And it's one of the determinations of lifespan is how well the tips of your DNA are protected by these telomeres. And heart-brain coherence relieves the stress on your DNA. So today, while you're thinking about and you're breathing gratitude through the heart, and remember, it's gratitude, appreciation, caring, and compassion, the most powerful energetic expansions of the electromagnetic field of the heart through those 4 words. And working with that, and you can see your DNA. So imagine, because you know what DNA looks like on the microscopic level, and you know how it's structured. So seeing that and seeing the tips of the DNA, and just imagining, just make up an imagination sort of image in your consciousness of DNA, and inhale and exhale with gratitude. And yes, there are disruptions, and yes, there is gratitude. And there's always something to be grateful for. So just focusing on this image of the DNA, sending it appreciation, caring, compassion, and gratitude, and seeing that perhaps you can see it in a colorful way, and perhaps you can see that you're strengthening the telomere, you're strengthening the caps on the ends of the DNA. Now, the less stress we have, the more these caps don't disintegrate. At least that's the vision I have, is that they kind of wear down, or they stop protecting the ends. And stress and anxiety are somewhat an inherent part of life in some ways. And then our choices that we make. My choice to live in a colder place than my body would really like actually causes more difficulty for my DNA. My DNA wants to be warmer. So that kind of thing, it's not an easy choice. And these kind of things can change how your body reacts throughout your whole life. So you breathe gratitude for all that you can find ways that will bring you to the place of peace. And meditation will always do something. And there's hundreds of ways to meditate. And this is yoga can be a stillness meditation, or it can be a moving meditation. And everything about this practice, you can do a posture in stillness or in movement. You can do a posture in restoration or relaxation, or you can do a posture in strengthening. Demystify this practice to exactly what you need for this moment. Even the standing practice, you'll see you can make it totally relaxing. Keep breathing. The main purpose of yoga practices is to be fully present and know what that means. Full presence is being fully present in this moment with sounds and smells and the feeling of air on your skin and how your body comes to the moment. What parts of the body touch the floor and what don't. What shape the body takes. If you're feeling relaxed in that position, or you're feeling like you're holding some tension in order to be in that particular position. Allow yourself to receive and accept whatever you've chosen, and then relax with your choice. And that's part of the lesson on the mat, off the mat, relaxing with the tensions that come into our life and that we make a choice to either keep them or let them go. And sometimes it's so deep in our consciousness, so deep in the fabric of the quantum field inside ourselves, that we have a hard time making it shift. Hence the number of ways to change the neural pathways in the brain. So we have to breathe gratitude through the heart and touch the DNA. Consider these things called telomeres. And if you haven't known about them before, consider Googling the word telomere. Breathe gratitude, fill your heart and feel and see, use images to make it stronger as you connect the heart and the brain. Imagine your electromagnetic field. We've been doing this long enough on this in our classes to know and feel and imagine us as electromagnetic energy. Especially we can see the rainbow and the shimmer of light that comes from the rainbow outside of our skin. You can even imagine, you've seen double rainbows. Imagine the double rainbow, because that gives us a better understanding of the 12 chakras, having a double rainbow. And consider all the different ways you can see a rainbow, and consider that is you. These are called mirror neurons. What we mirror back to ourselves is us. You are me, I am you, we are one. The rainbow is me, I am the rainbow, we are one. The sky, I am the sky, we are one. I am the ocean. The ocean is me, we are one. So the oneness understanding is this. Breathe gratitude through your heart. Appreciation for all of your aliveness. Gratitude, appreciation, caring first for yourself, appreciation for yourself, gratitude for yourself. Everything starts with you. Remembering that you also have these things called mirror neurons. They are real. It's all science. I'm a scientist. Science and spirituality cross over. They always have crossed over till the fall from grace and the rise of the patriarchy, because that's where science started, was in philosophy with, Aristotle and Socrates and all the ancient philosophers. So bring into your heart where we've come in the evolution of humanity, and know that we are always evolving as we breathe gratitude through our heart for that evolution. And sometimes the mind, the soul, can keep up with the evolution, but the physical body takes longer to change. So that's why we have this thing out there called the ascension flu, is that you may be able to expand your consciousness and work at a very high level of consciousness, but physically the body is just it's like the earth having earth changes, and the earth can't change fast enough to keep up with whatever's going on. And humans are just part of the earth. So what humans have done and caused, the changes back to, or to a new earth, are going to take time. See that change in your mind's eye. Be the change you want to see in the world. So what does that mean? We know that statement. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We know that statement. These are repeated over and over and over again. So bring fingertips together and thumbs to the heart. Breathe gratitude through the fingertips, through the heart, and feel the sunshine of the wonderful star chakras that we're working with now, the 12 stars that have evolved from the 7 spirals. Basically, the spirals are the vortexes or vortices that come from the center of this body, out the front of the body and back body. Those spinning vortices have helped us with our evolution, as we've also noticed and understood what the vortex means. It's the black hole. It's the center of the galaxy. It's the whirlpool. It's the vortex of our own travel, mind travel into a vortex when we're going through a great change, where we have to go down to come up. And then bring the thumbs to the third eye and go to that place of imagination, inspiration, intuition, and integration. And if you haven't taken them apart yet and found out how many sensory perceptions are within each of those words, imagination, inspiration, integration, intuition, there are loads of sensory perceptions. And if you haven't looked up sensory perceptions beyond those 5 or 6 that we kind of learned over the last 50 years, there are way more, and you are already there, because the new human has to perceive in a different way. Then tap the top of your head to remind us we're working with this image called the violet flame. Now, not everybody on the planet's working with this, but a few of you on this call have really embraced this, and you've worked with errorofpeace.com. But with this, we're really working with the expansion from the 7th chakra, using the heart and the heart-brain coherence and the power of the force up to bring us to the higher chakras. The soul star chakra right above our outside of our skin. The universe chakra, that's like supposed to be like a cord or a channel to the galaxy. And then the galactic chakra. And then the divine gateway chakra, the understanding of the universe chakra to the divine gateway. So wow, think of it. You are the universe. The universe is you. How do we take that in? We work with imagination, inspiration, intuition, and integration. And in 100 years, we'll have a whole different vocabulary. Then bring the hands to the heart. And kind of in a sealing, I think that this posture here, which is prayer position, or namaste, I honor you, I honor me. In many traditions, it's hello and goodbye, but it's really an honoring by a little bow and hello and goodbye. It also feels like a sealing for a meditation for me. Bring our hands to the heart and seal it at our heart. Fingertips up towards the higher consciousness. Then take it and hold the pinkies and the thumbs together, and open up the fingers, the rest of the fingers. And this is the opening of the heart. So this is the opening of the heart. And some people call it the shining of the light up to the face. This is the opening of the heart to the face of the great mystery, the face of God, the face of the all that is, the face of the unmanifested presence, the Ein Sof, the El, of the Elohim, the hundreds of names for all of the aspects of the divine. Opening up to that in this posture, in this mudra. Then take a deep breath in. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Push everything away. Drop the knees side to side. If you've been seated, if you're on the floor, drop the knees side to side. If you've been lying down, if you're in a chair, drop the knees side to side. Check in with the pelvis. And then I am going to bring myself down first for just a few minutes, and then we're going to come up. We're going to come down to pull our knees into our chest if you haven't, and roll the knees in a circle. And hearing that, few of us have pelvis, hips, knees, ankles, pelvis that are acting up, that, doing the little movements and the little ways to bring a little pressure into these places is helpful. And roll the ankles and the feet, and really working with the fascia as best we can is part of what we need. And then shaking it all out. So just shake arms and legs really a lot to feel the kind of loosen things and see what it's like, even at the knees and down into the lower body. And remember that lower body, including at the pelvis, it holds a lot of our tension, and it holds all the triggers. So then put the feet on the floor and drop the knees side to side again. Again, you can be in a bed for anything that we're lying down for, and you can be on a chair or on a couch if you can move your legs enough, and dropping knees side to side, then lengthening them out. And reach from the heels of the hands to the heels of the feet. Hold your breath. Hold the breath and stretch. And just also check in with the rest of the body, and then pause for a moment. And just pause, hands down by your sides, palms face up. Shavasana. Then place the feet flat on the floor and rock, cerebral spinal fluid balancer. Remembering that this little practice here is sort of like a restorative practice for everything. Get down on the floor, get down on a bed, go down to come up, start again, Then pull the knees in and put the feet up or not, like hold behind the knees, use a strap, hold on top of the knees, or come up into happy baby and catch the toes or the ankles. And I'm doing this because it stretches the pelvis a little bit deeper. And then see how far to the side you can go. And you may want to just hold underneath the knees and just, maybe your elbow would be caught on the floor, and you're not going to go that far, but you are going to massage the lower back. And that's part of what we want to do here. And then pause in the center and place the left foot on the floor and take that right leg and bend the knee and just explore it. Explore the pelvis, explore the knee, explore the ankle, and then that on the floor, and then explore the other one. See how different they are. Now, one side of the body, it's known through all the science that one side of the body will actually teach the other side. So just notice, and notice if you have something happening in a knee on one side, and then the other side is actually doing a compensation for that knee. So test it out again and see what's really going on. And test it out again on the other side. And breathing, relaxing, feeling, being present. And then place the feet on the floor. We're going to do a little abdominal strengthening. It's just really to wake it up And I'm going to do something different today that some of you have been okay with and others haven't, but you can just go to pressing into the lower back, or you can go to hands behind the head and exhaling as you come up. I'm going to roll up. No, I'm going to bring my head off the floor and come to the pumping of my arms. So your feet can be on the floor and you can pump the arms. You can have, a cushion behind your head and pump the arms. You want to press into the lower back. You can bring the feet off the floor. That's going to catch the central abdominals a little bit more. You can take the cushion out from behind your head, and you're going to blow out for 3 to 5 times. You're going to see what works for you. And then suck in. If you need support a little bit behind your head, then go a little bit, one hand behind the head, keep that right arm moving or the left arm. And then we're just going to pause and reach up and come down, because that was just an introduction. Now this is called the Pilates 100. And so I'm rolling my knees in a circle just to loosen my pelvis and loosen my core. And again, do what you want to do with this. You can just press your lower back into the floor or come back up. Feet can be on the floor, feet can be off the floor, knees can be bent all the way, or knees can be at table position. And then pause for a moment, take a breath, and bring yourself down. Either come over to your side and push yourself up, or rock yourself up. And we're going to come right onto hands and knees. Now, it doesn't mean you can't be on a chair. You can sit on the edge of the chair and move your spine. You don't have to come to hands and knees. So check out if this works for you. And I'm using these things, push-up bars. Because my wrists need to stay straight because of my strain in one of my ligaments on the wrist. So you're taking care of yourself in yoga. Inhale and exhale. Now on a chair, you sit on the edge of a chair if you can, but you check out your pelvis and you just move the spine. 6 movements of the spine every day is going to keep us more fluid and get the energy moving where it's stuck. And stress will stress will make stuck energy everywhere. And triggers, all the things that trigger us into anxiety. And then hold for a moment. Don't hold your breath. And hold the other direction. Don't hold your breath. Take a breath. Now, if you are on a chair, just fold over on the chair. If you're not, and you want to go to you want to go to child's pose, then bring yourself down. Now, remember, you're folding your knees. It's really pretty hard on the knees. So you're either widening your stance, you're using a cushion behind your knees, or you're doing puppy stretch. Puppy stretch is kind of on your elbows. Hands or a block can hold your head up. Real full puppy stretch is a back bend. You put the head on the floor, so maybe even the chin on the floor. Have you ever seen a puppy kind of with their paws out and they are kind of, wagging their tail? That's where it came from. But they're looking up at their owner. So I can't quite get down there anymore, but I can get to my thumbs holding my head up. And then stay there. You have a bunch of choices here. Stay in child or in puppy stretch, or come up. And I need to do this for my arms, and I need to do it to get a better back bend. So down and up. And so it's a vinyasa movement. Inhale, exhale, inhale, up, exhale when you get there. and back and forth. Oh. Now, in the world of really understanding the legs, the feet, the ankles, the hip, the pelvis, the insertion, the trochanter, all the parts of the pelvis and how it all works, it's really evaluating all of the details. It's evaluating, okay, do I want to feel what's going on, or do I want to avoid feeling what's going on? So from the upward dog, or from hands and knees, tuck the toes and bring yourself up. Heel walk. Now your hands, you can just stand up and put your hands on a chair or a wall or a table and do the same posture. And one of the things that happens with our legs is that all of our muscles get tight pretty much. The quads, the hamstrings, the back of the knee, all those little tendons and ligaments, and all the the front of the leg. It carries just so much in there of everything, body, mind, spirit. Then walk yourself forward, or if you're on a chair, just sit on the chair and fold over again. Elbows on the knees, maybe hands up so your fingertips are facing each other, and you're kind of keeping yourself up higher. It's supported squat on the elbows, ragdoll when you go all the way down, standing forward bend when you straighten the legs, which is not that good for lower backs that hurt. So don't do the straightening of the legs if you've got a back that acts up. Then bend the knees and bring yourself up, and this helps a little bit with dizziness to come back and to the heart. When you get up, shake out the body. It's amazing how much shaking the body would like. So shake out the body, legs, arms. Don't forget the pelvis. Don't forget, like, really getting that buttocks moving if you can. I need to use my arms to get it moving. So yeah, and shake it out. Then half sun salutation. Just take a moment to know that this is happening all around the world at all hours, 24 hours a day. Half sun salutation or full sun salutation, which is kind of tricky. So we don't do it very often, but it's in the back of my mind to, like, do it when it feels right. Inhale down and up and back, little back bend, swan dive down, bend the knees. Straight legs, flat back, look up. Exhale down, inhale up. Now, if this doesn't work for you, you just go to the chair and you go inhale down and up and back, swan dive down, hands to a chair, straight legs, flat back, look up, exhale down, inhale up and back and to your heart. So it's a breath meditation and a moving meditation. One more time. Inhale down and up and back. Exhale down. Open the heart. Ragdoll, straight legs, flat back, look up. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale up. And to the heart. Inhale up. And toe balance today. So toe balance is up onto the ball of your foot, and watch what happens to the feet. Watch them wiggle a little bit, feel it. What's going on up in the leg to make this work for you? If it doesn't work for you, or you need to just go to a wall and just come up and down onto the balls of your feet. Just see what's going on to be able to do that. You're evaluating, or hold on to a back of a chair, whatever you have in your space. And then when we come down, it's ride the wave, because you are the wave. I mean, everything else is the wave. You're the ocean. Everything else is the wave. All the different waves coming in. There's all the different things happening all over the world. And then hold, and you can always have your hands at your heart. You can have your hands on your waist. You can have your hands, up in either mountain position or in prayer. What's this one? The temple position with the thumbs crossed and the pointer finger up. And you're just breathing, focusing, reaching up out of the crown of the head, pulling in at the abdominals, pulling up from the pelvic floor, and holding for a moment. And you're feeling it. So you feel it. And then let it go, shake it out. Now we're going to do the spinal twist with that. So down, and again, hands at the heart, hands up, wherever you're going to be. And then this one is just look to the side. So we're going to look to the right, and the knees are bent, and you're just looking to the right, sort of making a little bit of a spinal twist. Head is still in alignment with the spine. And then you can come down on your elbow if it works for you. You can come down on a block if that works for you and bring the right arm up, or you can come down on hand on the floor. You can also do this on a chair. Let's see. So actually that wasn't really it, but anyway, you can put your hand on a chair. So you're down and up. And then back to center, up to toe balance. Breathing. Again, you don't need to go. Don't need to have your hands up there. You can hold on to something. Up to toe balance, down to Utkatasana, or the awkward pose, or the chair pose, into a position to then look to one side, down or down. Okay, so just see what it does for you. That upper arm can also be folded behind your back, or it can be up. And then feel what's going on there, and then come up and shake it out. Take a breath, and let's do the breath of joy, because that's always very stimulating. Now, remember, you don't have to go. It's more of a breath practice, but it can be very physical or less physical. So 1, 2, 3, and it can be or it can be or it can be and sweep the floor. So that's how you make it less or more. Breaths, release that 5th chakra. Always at your own pace. Doesn't matter how many you do. And last one. And then hook up. The hook up, it's for dizziness. Some people get dizzy with this posture. Some people not. But it's a very energy moving posture. So heel toe, heel toe. Heel toe. Breath. Then 5-pointed star. And again, if you're, if you need to be seated or you're in a bed, 5-pointed star, you can do it. You can put both arms out, both legs out, if your legs don't slip around, or you can have just legs wide. And then side to side. So 6 movements of the spine. This would be the side to side. And you can do it in a lot of ways. Bend your knees. For some people, that's better. You can have one hand on your waist. You can do this with your feet together, right? So really you're matching it to your body. Or you don't have to hold on to the waist. And breathing, and then hold. So you're going to hold and feel the hold, and you may want to put a support there, and you may want to go further or not so far. You are judging, what you're going to do. You can have your hands down, Or you can have your hands over your head, and it brings a lot more weight into the arms. Keep your head between the arms. See if that works for you. Remember your abdominals, because a lot of us always forget when we're standing to squeeze at the pelvic floor and connect in with those, the strength of what's keeping us up. And then up to center. Then you can just go right over to the other side. I'm going to bring my feet together. Now you might want to try this. Some people like the stability of feet all the way together. Some people go and they open up their feet, and some people like it wider. So you're going to figure out which one is right for you. I kind of like my feet together. And again, you can not put your arms all the way. Both hands can be on your waist, but you're wanting to get that side bend, side bend, side bend, side bend, and then hold. Active isolated stretching and then holding. Again, pull in. Notice what's happening. And then back down. Shake out the legs, shake out the arms. Balancing posture. Again, you can always go to a wall. You can have the chair there too. This one is for the quad. Now we do this on the floor sometimes on our side, and we catch the ankle and pull in. But you can also put your knee on a chair. You might want a cushion on the chair if the knee is sore. But you want to check in. You want to check in with the quads, because so much happens. To the quads, the back of the hamstrings, they'll lock up when there's all sorts of things happening in the lower back or in the pelvis or in the piriformis. So we're doing this one. So this is the dancer. And again, for me, sometimes it's nice to start on the wall, and I put one finger on the wall and I focus on something not moving. And then I can play with the stretch. So I'm moving forward and back with this stretch. Again, you can always get on a bed and do this from your side, or lie down on the floor. And then if you make it that balancing posture, get really firm into that right foot, focus on a spot, and then you can let go. Maybe your knee has to be a little bent, and you're just experimenting, breathing, reaching, feeling, and allowing, and then release. Other side. Again, lots of options here. Focus. Notice the difference in the two sides. Notice if this is not something you should do, and you might want to lie down and just stretch that quad, or go to the chair and stretch the quad, and fold in and fold back, and just sort of feel what's going on there. You can catch your pants leg. You can use a strap to wrap around your ankle if your leg doesn't pull up that far, but you really want to evaluate the quads. And then down, and then shake it out. Take a deep breath in, and gratitude. Take a deep breath in, and appreciation. Take a deep breath in, caring, compassion. And close your eyes and pause for a moment with the hands at the heart as you imagine your energy field. Imagine your telomeres. Imagine your DNA. See the form of like just one strand. You can just look at maybe one double helix, and just imagine putting caps on the ends of the two intertwined pieces with all of the connections in between, all of the snips. And then let that go. As we come to towards the end of our class, I just want to do one warrior. Warrior one. This is like the part of ourself that is gonna, roll with the punches, be strong within the challenges, find the the goodness in the darkness, find a light. And step forward, other leg back. You can see that the posture itself gives you that like sometimes when I dance this posture, it's a ha breath, it's a ha, and then switch legs. Ha, 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 but you're really, okay, yes, you're saying, yes, I can do this no matter what. And sometimes just doing the posture really does help. And then just to stretch the leg, I want to straighten my leg here and go forward. Feel that, just knowing that it needs a lot of stretching. Step forward, step back, feel it on the other side. And step forward. And we're partway down, so roll down the spine, go back into downward dog. Now, if you don't like this posture, remember, you can have your hands on a table, a wall, or the bottom of a chair, even a bed or a couch, or the back of a chair, everything. You're just stretching the backs of your legs. Then down on the knees and let's see, where do I want to go from here? All the way down on the elbows. Now, this is a gentle posture, a gentle back bend. And just checking it out after doing everything that we've done. And the back bend will teach you a little bit, each one of them will teach you a little bit about how it feels there at the pelvis. The pelvis is a mystery. There's a lot there. There's a lot of the musculature, the trochanters coming into the sides of the pelvis, the sacrum there. There's a lot there. It's quite a lot. So this is a nice one. You press into the elbows and your head and neck. The whole shoulder girdle comes up and out and you look ahead. It's called the Sphinx. Spread the fingers wide and you'll be in the full posture. And we start to feel the front surface of the body, which we don't always get down on our front surface. Then lower yourself down and cerebral spinal fluid on this side. Why not? And then rolling over to our back. And take a pause. Take a moment to see if there's anything you want to do that we haven't done. And otherwise, decide to work with the pelvis in a slightly different way, which is really good release for the piriformis muscle, which the sciatic nerve goes through and sometimes wreaks havoc on our legs. And you put the soles of the feet together and let the legs open up. Now, if this isn't right for you, or if you want to do the restorative posture, I use the big, you sit on the floor and gather your equipment. I don't know if I can do it on this big cushion. Oh yeah, it's different, but I'm doing it on a big bolster today instead of this little bolster because it's too far away to reach. But what I like is that it opens the shoulders. It's something that is hard to get for me, is that feeling of getting the shoulder blades to come together. It's not something that it's natural through the day to open the shoulders. And it opens the chest in a way that I feel like my heart is more open. My heart chakra is more open. And so as I settle into this posture and honor what's going on in the lower body, breathing, relaxing, taking a moment to feel whatever it is you're feeling. And again, sometimes this kind of way of putting the soles of the feet together can be really good for the pelvis. And it can relax some muscles of the piriformis and also the some of the other muscles that hold us up, and therefore it they re-educate to be relaxed, and they need the rest. They've held us for too long. And as we go back to heart-brain coherence and our little tiny itty bitty introduction to telomeres, and we know that heart-brain coherence relieves the stress on the telomeres themselves. And that's kind of an interesting thought. Again, Greg Braden is my source, a well-known scientist in science and spirituality. You can also come to a neutral posture if it's better for you, just Shavasana. Breathing gratitude, filling the heart with gratitude, filling the brain, and then seeing if you can imagine the light outside your body, the shimmer, the electromagnetic field, the rainbow shining and coming together. Just make this image in your consciousness. Then imagine the new human with 12 solar chakras. 12, what they say are the lost strands of DNA, and 12 aspects of deity. The number 12 is up. And there's others that I can't remember right now, but there are these 12, the number 12, and it all is related to the physical manifestation of the change to the fifth dimensional or fifth vibrational level of awareness, which is the ascension to this other vibration. Then either staying in this posture or coming to even a more neutral place where you take the whatever's holding you up out. I come into constructive rest for this, which is feet wider than the knees. And just see if that works for you. See if it feels better than extending your legs or putting your legs over a bolster, your knees folded over a bolster. Ground into the earth and feel gravity pull you as you relax from the toes to the crown of the head to the fingertips. So send this message of deep relaxation to the toes. Relax the soles of the feet and the ankles. Relax the knees. Relax the quad, the hamstrings, the quads, the hamstrings. Relax the shins. Consider all the parts of the leg that could be holding tension. And then up into the pelvis, relax the sacrum, the sacroiliac joint, the piriformis muscles, the gluteus muscles, the gluteus minimus and maximus, and then up to the quad, the QL or the quadratus lumborum. Relax. Now imagine the psoas, if you can. It attaches to the front of the spine and to your leg to help lift the leg, to help lift the leg up. Relax the psoas muscle. It sometimes gets really tight. Oh, just imagine this long muscle that connects to the front of the spine and into the leg, and you're gonna relax that whole long muscle that helps you bring that knee up. Relax the abdominals, no reason to engage them right now. Relax the torso and all of the muscles of the chest and intercostals and the diaphragm, gentle, comfortable breath, all of the inner organs. Just see if you can imagine them all relaxing. And then imagine the shoulder girdle and everything up there above the heart, everything's relaxing. Feeling gravity, get heavy. Allow your body to feel its heaviness. Arms, elbows, forearms, upper arm, wrists, fingers. And then up into the face, the neck. Just feel gravity pull the cheeks down as you open the mouth. Feel gravity pull the the eyes a little deeper into the sockets, allowing the eyes just to rest. Feel the forehead rest. Feeling gravity. You train yourself to feel gravity pull. Gravity is part of the equation of the quantum field. So now you're allowing yourself a little bit more to float in the fabric of space-time, in the fabric of the quantum field. And you can imagine the fabric inside of your body of the interstitium or the fascia. Imagine that all learning to float and learning to respond to gravity, allowing yourself at a deeper level to relax the fascia. Then bring the hands to the heart. And you'll see it takes a little using of the muscles of the arms, and your hands come to your heart. And we have a blessing for the whole earth. May we have peace, and may what we do here go out onto the world and make more peace. Peace, shalom, salam, pak shanti, pache, mir, malohia, Frieden, hung song. We hold in our hearts all those who suffer and send out a blessing for peace to surround them even in their suffering. May they have a practice that helps them get through their hard time. Namaste. I honor you. I honor me. Then just stay there. If you need to just stay there in Shavasana, don't move. Don't move. And if you need to not come back to the screen, don't do that either. Just turn it off. Otherwise, take a deep breath and lengthen the legs out. If they're not, roll over to your side, come into fetal posture and feel that. Feel how gravity works upon the fetal posture. Feel how gravity and feel the memory of this posture. And then bring yourself up and feel that. And then preparing yourself to come up. Thank you for being here. I'm going to go onto my knees and come up into downward dog first and rock myself forward because I kind of like that feeling, but just come up as you do. And